Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, Russian forces continue to pound railway facilities in Ukraine in an attempt to disrupt the flow of weapons into the country. The U.S. and NATO allies stand firm on the commitment to support Ukraine in the war, but Russian officials say weapons from the West are diminishing the possibility of peace. CBS's Skylar Henry has the latest.
Firefighters battled a blaze at this railway substation in southwestern Ukraine. A nearby railway bridge that connects the region to Romania was also hit. Russia says it's using high-precision missiles to destroy facilities being used to deliver foreign weapons to Ukraine fighters. But Ukrainian officials say Russian missiles also flew at low altitude over Europe's largest nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine. Russia's also ramped up its bombardment in the east, including Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkiv. This shell-shocked 94-year-old woman asks, is the war over? Already sensing the answer is no. In Moscow, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Guterres also met with Russia's foreign minister, who'd earlier raised the possibility that Russia could use nuclear weapons in the future. Here in Washington, Secretary of State Antony Blinken appeared before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee to announce U.S. diplomats will return to Ukraine this week. He also asked Congress to approve more funding for more weapons to Ukraine.
Fully funding it is critical, in my judgment, to ensuring that Russia's war in Ukraine is a strategic failure for the Kremlin and serves as a powerful lesson to those who might consider following its path.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is in Germany coordinating with more than 40 allies on how to keep the weapons flowing into Ukraine. Germany, which so far has avoided sending heavy weapons to assist in the war, announced it will now send in armored anti-aircraft vehicles. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
The UN Refugee Agency is expecting about 8.3 million people to flee Ukraine this year.
And today has been a story of cloud cover around the region and much cooler temperatures after sunshine and warm air yesterday before the rain moved in. The rain's moving out, but the clouds, well, they're hanging on in most spots. Outside right now, camera from the University of Virginia at Wise, the low overcast hanging overhead remains at this hour, mid-40s at the moment. Downtown Whitesburg, all cloudy there as well. Temperatures at least a little milder, into the mid-50s at this hour. Upper 50s and low 60s are warmest spots right now, but you notice some areas where the rain hung on a little longer. It's 48 in Logan, 49 Pikeville and Clintwood, and like we were talking about, 46 in Wise. So some cooler air continues to push through. The good news, we're drying out. The last of the showers continue to push off to the east. Nothing we have to worry about coming from the west or the northwest as we head into tonight. We are slowly seeing the last of the clouds move out, though it is a slow process as we run through the nighttime hours. Either way, scattered storms long gone. And we're much cooler as we head into tonight. I'll have the very latest on when we could see some frost return coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The teacher accused of having sex with a student in Lee County was in court today. Courtney Horn was arraigned in district court this morning. Jim Stratman was there.
Courtney Horn appeared out of custody this morning for her arraignment hearing in Lee District Court. Her lawyer entered a not guilty plea on her behalf, and the judge moved things forward for a preliminary hearing. Horn was fired from her job as a PE teacher at Lee County Middle High School after the alleged relationship was reported. Court documents we have show that Lee County School Superintendent Sarah Wasson called Kentucky State Police to report the inappropriate relationship on April 19th, and that led to the start of an investigation. A detective with KSP interviewed Horn, where she admitted to engaging in a sexual activity with a 16-year-old female student. She told the detective that the two had gone back to her house after school hours and had had sex. That detective also talked with a student who told him that she and Horn had an ongoing sexual relationship. Superintendent Wasson sent a letter to parents telling them about the investigation and letting them know that Horn had been fired. She said that student safety is their top priority and that the school district, quote, will not tolerate any behavior that puts the physical or social emotional well-being of our students at risk, end quote. This morning, the judge reminded Horn about the conditions of her bond. She's not allowed to be on any Lee County school property or have any contact with students. Her preliminary hearing was set for May 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Reporting in Lee County, Jim Stratman, WKYT.
Kentucky State Police are letting people know there's more to the role than investigating crimes. They are also involved in a number of community outreach efforts like their annual Cover the Cruiser Week, where they invite people to come out and place a sticker on their car for a small donation that goes to the Kentucky Special Olympics. Today, KSP Post 10 parked their cruiser outside Walmart in Barberville, encouraging hundreds of folks to donate.
People walk by, instantly. They come over here, they want to know what's going on, and as soon as we let them know, that the state police have teamed up with Special Olympics, they're throwing the money out there, and they're, whether it's $1, $20, $100.
Last year, KSP raised more than $20,000 with their Cover the Cruiser Week. Trooper Jacobs says they hope to raise even more this year. Remake Learning Days are back on the calendar as students across the region are invited to get out of the traditional classroom setting and reimagine education. With schools, businesses, and other spaces taking the lead, STEAM and other principles are being shared in unique ways all week long, giving families a chance to be part of the lesson. Organizers say the week is only possible because of everyone who is dedicated to sharing hands-on opportunities with families.
We have events happening all around Eastern Kentucky. We're super excited about the schools, businesses, and community organizations that are taking part this year to offer family-friendly events that will teach kids and parents new things.
Saturday is the region's first Mountain E-Day event to showcase the engineering field and more, but there are plenty of events between now and then to be part of. You can find those over on our website. The candidates for London Mayor will participate in a forum later this evening, and you can watch it live. We'll be airing it here on Heroes and Icons beginning at 6:20. That is channel 307 in Laurel County. The forum will also be streamed on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, WYMT.com, and View It. In national news, Vice President Kamala Harris tested positive for COVID-19 today. White House officials made that announcement early this afternoon, saying she tested positive on both rapid and PCR tests, but is showing no symptoms. The vice president is vaccinated and has received 2 booster doses, with her most recent booster being April 1st. Neither President Joe Biden nor First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are considered a close contact of Harris in recent days. The White House is taking steps to make a pill for treating COVID available to millions more Americans. The free antiviral treatment is available at about 20,000 sites around the country, but the Biden administration has a goal of doubling that within weeks by allowing pharmacies to order it directly from the federal government, increasing accessibility in hopes of helping people in all parts of the country.
We need to focus on making sure that everybody who is eligible knows they're eligible and they can gain access to it, because it is very effective in treating COVID.
The White House also wants to make more people aware of the government's one-stop website, which can help them find places to test and treat in one single visit. That information is on covid.gov. New studies suggest having family members with COVID-19 in ICU care lead to a higher risk of developing PTSD. Researchers with the University of Colorado say more than 60% of family members visiting loved ones in the emergency room show signs of the disorder. They add families have to make difficult decisions quickly and feel a loss of control, often coming away from the experience with symptoms of anxiety and depression. They suggest screening family members for symptoms and offering emotional support. U.S. home prices are surging. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller's new National Home Price Index reports a 19.8% price jump year over year for February. Home prices in Phoenix led the way for the 33rd consecutive month, with prices climbing 32.9%. Some home buying analysts say the momentum the housing market is seeing could soon be affected by rising inflation and further interest rate hikes. Tax procrastinators, you're in luck this year. The IRS says even if you filed a last-minute return, 9 out of 10 refunds have arrived within 21 days this season. As of April 15th, the tax agency issued more than 78 million refunds. The average refund was about $3,100. Electronic filings may be to thank for those speedy returns. The IRS says about 96% were submitted online. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Tuesday. It was a rough one for investors, with the Dow closing down today more than 809 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. But straight ahead here on First at 4, a rescue plan brings one golden retriever on a long journey from Ukraine to a new home in the United States.
Anyway, temperatures are back below average as we head into the last full week of April. What a dog, right? The details next after the break.
Waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me.